Welcome to the Oyako Dojo Karate channel. In a self-defense situation, it is very common that the opponent is going to grab us. In this video, we are going to look at 4 gripping situations and describe what to do in each of them. In the Pinan Shodan kata, we have seen a technique where the punch is coming, I am blocking it and grabbing his gi. I'm also taking an angle which is 45 degrees relative to the opponent. This is very advantageous position for me. I have a grip on the opponent, so I can control his hand. Through his arm, I can control his ability to turn. I can punch him, I can kick him, I can unbalance him, I can spin him around and throw him. I can throw him in other ways. And at the same time, he cannot do anything to me. So if you are at a 45-degree angle, you have difficulty trying to punch me. You obviously can't grab me. If you try to grab me, then we just spin. So this is a very advantageous position. However, the fight may not start with a punch. The fight might start very differently. And we are going to look at 4 different ways how the opponent can take away disadvantageous positions and what we should do to avoid that. The first situation we are going to look at is that the opponent, instead of just punching me, actually grabs my dogi. He takes a lapel grip on my dogi. This is not particularly a problem. I can still grab his arm and control his arm. I have to be worried about the punches just as before, but I can take my 45-degree angle. I can grab his neck, I can still attack him, I can still punch him, I can still unbalance him, I can spin him around, I can throw him. I can do everything that I needed to do. The only thing I cannot do is run away or disengage, and for that purpose we are going to learn how to strip this grip. I want to get a really good grip on the dogi with no slack at all, and I want to attack his hand by putting my palm against his palm and strip this off, 2 hands on 1. I'm going to grab his arm with my left hand and take all the slack out of the gi. I'm turning myself a little bit to expose some of his palm, and I'm using my own palm to go in here and strip this. It's possible that he's pushing against me, that his palm is against my chest, in which case this is difficult, so I'm going to push back and step back to create space. Now I have space, I can put my hand in here and strip this down. So one more time, he's pushing against me really hard with the palm against my chest, so I'm going to push back, create space, and put my palm in here, right here, and strip it off. Another situation that can happen is that the opponent is punching. I'm blocking and moving to the side, go in and grab his neck as usual, but now he's going to grab my right arm. So he has a grip on my right arm, while I have a grip on his left arm and on the back of his neck. This grip doesn't bother me at all. I can still knee him in the stomach. I can spin him around, I can unbalance him, I can throw him this way, in many different ways. So this arm doesn't bother me too much. A slight but very important difference from the previous situation is when the opponent punches, I come in and grab him, and he grabs my hand before I can get it behind his neck or on the side of his neck or grab his lapel. Now I can't punch him, I can put my hand behind his neck from either direction, and I also can grab his lapel. So here I have to get rid of this grip. There are many ways to do it. You can go over them and try them in sequence. One of them is to align the arms and push down on it. Then you keep working your hand on the opponent's arm. You can see he's gripping it very high, so I won't be able to strip it off at the first attempt, so I'm just working my way down towards his wrist. So that's version 1. Version 2 is that you, especially if the grip is already low enough, I spin under, put his arm between my fingers and push it over. Once I have pushed it over, I can just grab his neck. The second method was going over. I can't strip it this high. He's holding it very high. I don't have leverage. So I first work it down a little bit. Now his grip is very close to my wrist. Now I can use this one. The third version is I align the arms, I lift my elbow, turn and pull. The third method is he's again holding it relatively high. I turn my wrist over and lift my elbow. You can see he's holding it only with two hands, so I can strip this with any method. What you should not do is try to yank it out. It's not going to work. If he's holding onto it, you can yank it. Even at his power of gripping, I can't strip my hand off, but this works easily. The same grip breaking techniques work also when he's holding my wrist, not my dogi. The first one is this, second one is this, the third one is this. The next situation that could happen is that he's punching, I move and grab it, but then he comes in and grabs my lapel. And he's posting it, he's trying to prevent me from punching him. And now I can get a grab on his, either on his neck or on his lapel. If he has a long enough arm, I can't do anything. One way to work around it is to swing my hand under and then try to break it, or at least make it shorter and grab the opponent's arm, and then I can go to work. The other option is to actually strip this arm, and the way to do that is I don't want to use two arms on one or two hands on one because I don't want to let go of his hand. So I'm going to slide my thumb under his into his palm, close my fingers over it and roll it to the side. I switched arms so that it's easier to see, and I'm going to demonstrate the one-handed strip. So I'm going to put my thumb against his palm, close the fingers on it, and turn, rotate his arm and take it off of my lapel. So he grabs it again. I'm sliding my thumb in there, closing my fingers on it and rotating it. Since this is a karate video, we have to mention Gedan Barai as a means of stripping a sleeve grip. So George is going to hold my wrist, not my dogi. He's holding my wrist, and I'm going to the Gedan Barai. My hand is striking his hand. What's important is the hikite. I'm turning it over and pulling it in. So this is what it looks like. The problem with Gedan Barai as a grip stripping method is that it wasn't designed to be stripping grips. It was designed to damage the other person's forearm. So I'm going to grab George's sleeve relatively high. Now his hand can turn in it, so his turning doesn't help. And I'm going to ask him to strip it with Gedan Barai. Just hit it as hard as you can. Go, 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 harder, harder. You also have to turn this hand and pull it back. Yeah. Okay. Now try one of the other methods. More, more, more. It's not low enough. Yeah. So if you need to strip a grip, use one of the techniques that were designed only to strip grips. Thank you for watching our video. If you enjoyed the content, please help us out and hit the like button. The Pinan Shodan series also have a bunkai video showing a complete walkthrough of the techniques in the kata, and another video showing their use for self-defense. If you like this kind of content, then please subscribe to our channel. Thank you for visiting our channel.